Hey, Jen Gibbs here, updating you on 14 days of Viseo V-Slim. And so it is a Monday morning. I've completed Monday 2 weeks ago until last night on Sunday, so 14 full days in. I am loving it so far, feeling thinner, just like less bloated. Pounds are down, and inches I feel like are down. I'm just feeling smaller and firmer. And I noticed I do, in combination with V-Slim, I take the Core Complete multivitamin, which has got some awesome benefits, and I'm sure there's links to that tell you why, but also the V3 for energy I've been taking before my workouts. And so that actually has enabled me to do great workouts and even a little bit heavier weights than what I'm used to. Just slightly. I'm just like, well, this feels easier than I thought. So maybe I'm stronger than I thought. So that might allude to increased muscle development. And we love muscle, right? Even ladies, because that's what munches up fat, all those extra muscles. So I'm really glad at that feedback. That said, and by the way, if you're just tuning in, I've been an avid exerciser 5-6 days a week. That's not changed or new. I haven't really changed that exercise routine. But as far as the diet, I told you at the beginning, I'm not going to go on any kind of Viseo V-Slim diet plan or anything. All I'm doing, because I've heard a lot of people having success stories of just they're not changing lifestyle. They're just adding this supplement of all the ingredients that are in the V-Slim. And so they're not changing things. They're adding this to what their body's already doing. And I know a lot of people that are on this plan are starting to exercise for the first time, or now they've combined the V-Slim as part of their New Year's resolution diet, whatever diet plan they've chosen, and so those I feel like are going to have really more dramatic impacts. And for me though, I just refuse to do that. So it was the weekend, and during the week I have a pretty straight and easy routine. I'll tell you about that. I'm very busy between working and running kids around and doing family stuff. I don't have a lot of time to just sit around and bake or whatever. And so on the weekend though, I do have a little more time. I budget that as self and family time. And so there was a recipe that I wanted to make over the holidays, sugar cookie bar recipe. Out of love, I will not share that recipe with you. But I made it this weekend, and but as fortune would have it, I ran out of white flour. So it was supposed to be 5 cups of flour in this whole batch, and I did 1 cup of white flour and ran out, and then 4 cups of whole wheat flour. So I was feeling pretty good about that. And if you follow me also, you'll have heard me say that I'm a little bit of a treat snob, but if it has butter and love, like if it's a homemade real treat, then I'll usually make an exception for at least a small portion of that, because that's how I want to live. I want to enjoy those good things. If it comes from a corporate commercial bakery, it doesn't tempt me at all, but the butter and love, that's kind of my thing, and I'm not going to cut it out because it's the life I want to enjoy. There's a little treats here and there, especially the good ones. So that said, I did enjoy my bar cookies. I made them Saturday because we had somewhere we were going Sunday, and so I had some treats. I had not as much as I used to, because I am in kind of like that more leveled out blood sugar. I'm not craving as much stuff, but I wanted to enjoy some cookies, and so I did. I'll say back in my 20s or 30s, if I was making cookies, I would have had tons of cookie dough in the middle of that as part of my process. I don't really feel driven to do that anymore, and so that's nice. But I did enjoy cookies, and then Sunday I had a couple. I kept kind of nibbling, and I don't feel like I binged or did anything excessive, but I had, I would say, 3 or 4 probably servings of treats, and I called it like a brioche or like a Danish with my breakfast. And so my husband's like, "You're eating dessert for breakfast?" He's like, "I thought you were on a plan." I'm like, "I'm not on a plan. I'm living my life, and V-Slim is going to help me." But at the same time, if you are someone that weighs every day, weekends can be harsh if you're kind of falling into the same rhythm as I do, where you just indulge a little more on the weekends. And so don't be too hardcore on yourself when you step on that scale Monday morning. So I'll step on again tomorrow, and I bet tomorrow's update will be different. I did put about a pound back on, which I was like, dang it. But you know what? I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change my lifestyle. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and it's working, and it may be slower than other people, but I don't even care, because I just want to live my life and still lose weight consistently and steadily. And so that's what we're doing. So I'm increasing a little bit of muscle mass because I told you I had the more energy from the V3. So I'm upping my workouts just a little. Same workouts, just I'm like, well, you know, if I'm doing a certain exercise and 15 pounds feels too light now, then I'm going to step it up to 20. And I did notice this morning we are doing deadlifts. I'm not sure if you're familiar with those are. You hold weights and then you kind of bend forward at the hips and you're keeping the weight right along your leg. And then, I mean, don't do it if you're just listening to me. Like, make sure you find someone or a video or something that shows you proper form and everything, because you can hurt your back or whatever if you do it wrong. But I'm really familiar with all that. So I was doing my deadlifts, and when you come up, you kind of squeeze your core and your legs, and I was looking down as I kind of tensed my body to kind of really get the most out of each rep, and I was like, it looks different. It looks different. Like I'm starting to see more of that muscle tone and that shape that I want. And my stomach is flatter. Like, it used to be a little tougher to see, like down to my legs and my lower half. And like my stomach's flattened out, and my muscle tone I can start to see in my quads. And I was like, awesome, awesome. Like, it really sometimes doesn't matter the scale number, right? If your body is shaping and remaking itself. And so even though the scale is changing and coming down, which I'm very excited about, it's that shape and that tone that you want as well. So so I'm very excited for that. So that is update 2 weeks in, and I'll continue to update you. And if you don't have your V-Slim yet, there's a link to free samples and to a whole bag if you want to try it out like me for 30 days. So thanks for now. This is Jen Gibbs signing off. See ya.